Hi, welcome to This is the Life. My name is Mike Sala. I'm the Resident Service Director. I wanted to take this time to bring a special guest with me today. Her name is Carrie West. She's the Community Access Manager for Senior Alliance. So I wanted to take this time to introduce her to the residents, and we have some very, very important information that we wanted to share. So I really appreciate, Carrie, you taking the time out of your day to meet with me and having this conversation. So we're going to get right into it with starting to ask you some questions. For those who might be unfamiliar, please tell our residents more about the Senior Alliance, our local agency here for the aging.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for welcoming me here today. I am from the Senior Alliance. The Senior Alliance is our local area agency on aging. Across the state of Michigan, there's 16 area agencies on aging spread out geographically across the state. We serve the 34 communities in western and downriver Wayne County. And we recently moved here to Dearborn. We were previously in Wayne. We moved just in November of 2024. Our mission is assisting people to thrive as they live, age, and grow, leading our community toward a healthy future when we all have the opportunity to engage, connect, and contribute. We do that by helping individuals find the resources they need to live their way.
Nice, nice. What are some of the special programs or services that the Senior Alliance provide?
Absolutely. The mainstay of our agency is our information referral hotline. So people can call us, or their caregivers can call us if they have a question about what services might be out there, or if they're just looking for a phone number for a specific service. We have certified counselors that can talk to them and help them connect. We recently added a resource directory to our website, thesenioralliance.org, and that helps people to just search by keyword to find the resource that they might be looking for. We have some other programs like our caregiver support services. Our Caregiver Haven was recently added to our website as well. It's specifically designed to offer resources, and there's videos and encouragement for local caregivers who are managing, sometimes in their own homes, to do a whole lot. We have a Friendly Assurance program that helps provide telephone calls, social supports, and safety checks for people if they'd like to do that. Our My Choice Waiver program is a program that we currently offer for long-term supports and services within the comfort of one's own home or chosen location. With that service, we assist frail elderly seniors who are struggling to maintain their independence, or individuals with disabilities, and we help them determine what resources are out there. With that program, they need to gain access through the Medicaid program, so there are income and asset guidelines for that program. We have a long-term care ombudsman program, where an ombudsman is kind of a weird word for advocate. With that program, we have advocates who will go into skilled nursing centers, licensed assisted living, and adult foster care homes to help advocate for what that individual might need as far as care or services. We're the program that funds the local nutrition program, the Meals on Wheels program. We have a fleet of 5 vehicles in our transportation department as a ride of last resort to provide non-medical transportation needs. There's just so many programs that we have going on. And we have a great new program coming up as well.
So let me ask you, Carrie, what is the best way to access these services?
Well, the good thing is there's really not a wrong way. We have a whole lot of ways that people can access our services. First of all, you can just stop into our office at 3200 Greenfield. We're just down the road at the corner of Greenfield and Rotunda in Suite 100. you can come in and they'll go ahead and if a counselor is available, they'll talk to you immediately or they'll set you up with an appointment for one. You can call our office directly at 734-722-2830. That's the most popular way to initiate contact with us. We have counselors available between 8:30 and 4:30 daily. You can check out our website at www.thesenioralliance.org, or you can send us an email at info@thesenioralliance.org.
Can you tell us about the new program that's coming later this month?
I can. I'm so excited to be here to talk about that today. This program, we officially got the notice from the state of Michigan on Tuesday night, June 9th, that we could begin this service that we've been working on now for several months. The service is called My Options. It's an exciting service to help streamline the service delivery system for people in our state. It is available to anyone who's 18 years of age or older, so it's pretty cool. Although we start this week, the official program kickoff is going to be June 23rd, later this month. They tell us there's going to be a marketing campaign starting at the end of next month, so I hope that everyone will have a chance to know about it as well.
Nice. Okay, that really sounds interesting. Can you tell us a bit more?
Sure. So the program is all about being person-centered. So rather than us saying, hey, here's the array of services that are available in your area, we're going to say, hey, let's start with you. What are your priorities and what's at the top of your list? And then we work from that way out. We start by establishing an action plan so that you would determine first, second, and third what's important. We proceed by giving you all the options in the area, reviewing those with you and with any people that you'd like in on that conversation, your neighbor, your family members, your friends who are also part of your care team. We want to activate all those people. We want to help you learn about those services. In the end, we're going to see what you would like us to do. Maybe we're going to help you make appointments at lots of different places, or we're going to check out, a little bit more information about that, or research some additional options. As an area agency on aging, we have a lot of resources.
Nice.
And sometimes we have the ability to create resources or access resources that really no one had an idea was out there. So it's a cool program. The individual, after they develop the action plan, we stick with them. It might be for 2 days or 6 months until they feel that they've achieved what they'd like to do. So that's different. If I could draw you a picture, instead of that picture of someone who calls one agency and then gets directed to another agency, and then they say, yeah, we can answer that one of your 3 questions and you need to call over there. It would be a picture of that person-centered options counselor at the center and all those services being accessed with that client in mind, so that they don't have to go through all of that. What we like to say is just tell your story one time and then we'll help you. So pretty exciting stuff and empowering individuals to take more control over their needs.
Yeah, and I have to say that I think that's great in the sense of, when you have so many different services, residents might not know which one benefits them. And rather than trying to pinpoint that, starting with them and saying, you tell us what the problem is, you guys having the knowledge and knowing, okay, here are all the services that we're providing, and depending on their story, you know how to direct them. Right. I think that makes it much easier for the resident to kind of communicate with the Senior Alliance team. So that's awesome.
Well, you can run into so many roadblocks along the way. If, for some reason you're not getting through on a phone number, or they work a strange shift and you're not available then, or, you need to fill out a form online to access that, or if you want to apply for Medicaid and you need assistance filling out that application, our options counselors can help with all of those things along the way to make sure you overcome those obstacles.
Nice, that's awesome. What would you say some of the common areas of assistance that people request?
Absolutely. I think our Medicare assistance is always at the top of our list. We have been offering Medicare assistance for many years, and it's always been one of our top requests at our agency. We expect that to continue with this new program, and we have over 30, close to 40 right now, certified counselors and Medicare assistants to be able to help.
Nice.
Some of our other areas would be housing. If people are thinking about a change as their needs change, or in-home care so that they can continue to stay right where they are if someone's living in the community. Nutrition, shopping, it might be for groceries or it might be for their personal shopping. They might not have somebody to go out and buy the little warm-up suit they want or something. Transportation are common things, really the gamut.
Got you. Who's eligible to use this service?
That's my favorite part. There's really not too much eligibility criteria for this one.
Nice.
Anyone who's achieved the age of 18 and has a question about long-term care supports and services is really a good client for us. There's no income or asset criteria to limit it, so we're hoping to really be able to work with a wide variety of people who might have thought they didn't qualify for services but were afraid to call in the past.
Nice, nice. You said the program is available statewide. How might someone outside of our area access the program?
Absolutely. That's one of the exciting things about the program is that it's not just here, it's everywhere. So the statewide number is 1-800-803-7174. We encourage you, if you're in our service area, to call us directly at 734-727-2067. That's directly to our My Options department, and you can get an appointment either on the phone, in person. There's a lot of different ways to do that. You could also email us directly if you'd prefer. Our email is myoptions@thesenioralliance.org.
Nice. What can someone expect if they were to call this program?
Well, we definitely don't wait around. We will set up an appointment with you and one of our certified counselors. Depending on what your need is, it might be with one of our Medicare specialized counselors or one of our overall person-centered counselors to get that started. It's always going to be in a location that you have some privacy. We can set it up in a private room if it's a person-centered options counseling appointment. You can have the person there, the people there that you'd like. We have counseling locations throughout the area, so we generally don't need to be more than 15 or 20 minutes from your home. We can do counseling on the phone, or in some cases, we may even come directly to the individual's home.
Nice. Well, the big question I'm sure that everyone's probably thinking is, what's the cost for this service?
Well, the best thing is it's a free service. There's no cost at all. We have no waiting list. We just started. So we're really excited about spreading the word. I feel like there's need out there, and by coming out here today, it helps me to find those people who might have a need. Great stuff going on, really exciting.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. So it's a free service that's accessible to anybody that needs the service that's 18 years or older.
Throughout the state of Michigan.
Throughout the state of Michigan. Wow, that is huge.
You've summed it up well.
Can you tell me about like a typical individual who might want to participate in this service? Like, how do you envision that breakdown?
Absolutely. Let me tell you about a few. So at the low end of the spectrum, we expect to work with those people who might have a developmental delay, who are 26 years old, and they're aging out of their parents' health insurance, and they're at an age where they're ready for a little bit more independence as well. So we get calls from those people that we expect to help, who want to look at new housing needs, who might need somebody to help them still with managing their medications, or they might need some help with their housework, but they still want to be out there on their own. We can help them go over the resources that are out there and establish some long-term services and supports to help them. What might be on their action plan is, since they're moving to a new place more independent, is making sure that they have social engagement and fun in their life too, and transportation to get to those things. So we kind of would work with the whole package. Another example might be Joe, who worked at Ford Motor Company for 42 years. He's now in a wheelchair. He says he can afford to get some help, but he's just not sure where that help is or how to access that. And so he might be one of those people who thought, I really can't call some of these agencies for help. You really can. What we can do is go ahead, do that same person-centered options counseling appointment, figure out what his particular needs are, and prioritize those. And the last case I'll talk about is Dorothy. Dorothy is one of the people that we identified early on that would be able to benefit, and that's not her name.
Of course,
But
of course.
that we identified early on who would be a great candidate for this program, and we've been kind of working with her as we practice, let's say. And so Dorothy is 88 years old. I'm smiling because of the end of the story. The beginning of the story isn't so great. She lost her husband last November, and she said that her husband had prepared her and said, if I go, it's going to be a little bit harder financially. You're going to really have to watch your pennies. And so she was ready. But she said when it happened, after a couple months, it was harder than she thought. And in January, there was a change with her Medicare plan, and her inhaler was costing her $600 a month, and she just couldn't do it. She had some other medication costs that were creeping up. She was having trouble getting to the grocery store and trying to coordinate all the things that she depended on her husband for before. So we've started working with her. We have had the Medicare services, so we jumped in there right away and started doing that. We were able to enroll Dorothy in a program called Extra Help at her new income level, and that took her inhaler from $600 to $42.
Wow.
And it took and $42 every 3 months.
Wow.
And another prescription she had was $60 a month, and it went down to $12 a month. So it can make such a difference for someone. We're still working with Dorothy, but one of the things that we're really proud of is that she talked to our counselor that's been working with her the most, and she said, you know what? I can take all the prescriptions now that my doctor gives me. I can really take them as prescribed. And so it's really that kind of stuff that we are looking forward to doing in the community and affecting even more people.
Yeah, and I can tell from you're telling the story and how you're like smiling and passionate, because I feel like you're reminiscing, but you're going through it. So that's amazing. And like I said, I really, really appreciate you coming out and having this conversation, so that way it can get to the residents, as so from the horse's mouth, so to speak, rather than me, because I don't have those stories and I don't have that information. What's the phone number to call again to access all of these services, so our residents know exactly how to get in contact with Senior Alliance?
Absolutely. You can call directly to our My Options program at 734-727-2067. That's going to get you directly to an options counselor. If you want to call our main number at our area agency on aging for any of those other services, you can call her. That is 734-722-2830. This is such good work to do. I love making an impact like this, and thank you for helping us.
Absolutely, and you'll definitely be making an impact for our residents, because we do have a lot. What we're going to try to do is, this is our first introduction. I wanted to kind of bring you in to kind of introduce you to the community, to the residents. This will be televised in their homes at a later date so that they can watch it. And then once it kind of gets televised, I'm going to bring Carrie back and let the residents know about a date and time, work with your schedule and see, so that way she can come to the chapel, and then residents themselves can come in and you can do more of a Q&A and maybe take a deeper dive.
Absolutely.
So you can help them individually more so than this is just kind of the broad scope of it. So when we have those dates and times finalized, we'll definitely be communicating with the residents, let you know when she'll be coming back, and I'll definitely be making her back. And I know I just made a new best friend, because I feel like with her passion and her knowledge, and her willingness to want to help, that you'd be a great asset to us and to our residents. And that's what we're all about. We're a resource. And if we don't know, we definitely bring people that do know, who are the subject matter experts that can help us. So I really, really, really do appreciate your time and coming in and sharing your information.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to coming back.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to This is the Life. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you and have a great day.